Mr. Robbie Mattson.
Good before afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Happy post Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Do you have a good time? You guys eat a lot of food?
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of food around for sure, 100%. It was uh it wasn't an extravaganza, I think maybe in past years in terms of amount of food consumed, but it was
Yeah.
definitely delicious. So yeah, it was definitely good. Do you guys have a Thanksgiving tradition?
We spent the last 2 or 3 years in North Carolina with kids, and this year we didn't travel out there. We planned on staying here, and all of the local kids were busy, so we got invited over to a friend of ours' house, and participated in their family
Oh,
tradition, which was really cool. I mean, the only non-cool factor is we have no leftovers because we went somewhere else, but
oh, sure.
nothing to clean up. But we had smoked turkey and deep fried turkey. I mean, they had like, I was in the military, so it was like military style, like sterno cans with all the food in the kitchen, so everything stayed hot. I love my food hot, so they were after my heart. And yeah, we ate a bunch of food and then we played games. They made us bring a bunch of singles. I don't know if you've ever played left, center, right, I think is what it's called.
I don't know if I have. It somewhat sounds familiar, but I'm not positive. But I'll leave
Put
it. I'll leave it
money
open
down,
to
you,
maybe.
yeah, you put money down, you roll dice, and everybody laughs, and somebody ends up with some money. So,
Well, good. I'm glad that it is something that you guys were able to do, and it sounds like you have great people around you.
yeah, no, it's fantastic.
Did you get
It,
your walk in yesterday, Robbie?
I did not. I don't even, I haven't, I haven't gone back and looked and seen how far I walked yesterday. When I wasn't walking, we were driving. My friend that I'm talking about, they were an hour drive each way. So
Hmm.
car drive, and then yeah, time with wife and pet. Left no time for. I took the day off. And it was really weird because when we got back, it was dark, and I thought about going, just for a quick little, hey, let's digest, and I didn't do it.
Oh, okay. Well, does that change
I
how
was
many
eating pizza.
steps you eat pizza?
Yeah.
What? But was there? So, how does that change your steps for the week? Are you changing at all, or no? Are you doing
I
more
think
steps? Are you adding more on?
I think because of today and what I've got planned with you, and then I'm getting a haircut later, and then I got I'll end up probably making up most of what I didn't do yesterday today. I'll do like 14 or
Yeah.
15 miles. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Well, usually we're here on Wednesdays, and I got locked into I'll call it a client crisis, not as much as a making sure that our client was not going to walk out with the crisis is kind of what was going on. So we had to postpone it in the moment, and that's all okay. But this is episode 9, Robbie. I'm pretty
Man.
sure,
Woo.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I double checked. I wanted to make sure, so we're there. But it's episode 9 of Second Lap with Robbie Mattson, and it's been great hearing all about the first lap, but really hearing about how Robbie's life, everything that he kind of knows, everything that he has really gone through, everything he's learned during his walks, which I think is definitely pretty good. But we are going to definitely start with some progress right now. Do we know where your steps are? I think you even posted it, but I don't. But I didn't pull it off of the posting that you ended up having.
Yeah. I posted it and I started to look for it right before, and I, it's no, it's in the
It's
thing.
okay.
You'd have to look for it. I posted it a couple of times. It's like 33,400 and something.
All right. Let's make sure. I got to do it because you're going to post it. Keep it as. Guess what? So where are we? 33,000.
400 plus.
All
Yeah.
right. Let's
Let
do.
me see. We've never done this before. Let me do a live update. Can I?
Go for it. Let's see what happens. I'll be here. And again, if we don't know, Robbie. Oh, there he is.
33,357.
357. Okay, good stuff. All right, we have that, and we'll put the date here because we want to keep this honest. We want to make sure that it's definitely happening. So we got
And
that.
I
Okay, cool.
and I messed it up again, right? I said 33,400 plus. So my math brain is telling me where I'm going to end the week at, and I'm telling you, and then I'm lying. So I'm glad we looked it up.
No, we're not lying. We're just
Exaggerating.
well, we're exaggerating, but we're just excited for life and getting our steps in there. So no, it's all good. And I was definitely in a moment where I was like, I'm definitely gonna walk. It's been 9 episodes. Our goal initially was for me to be walking with you, which is what we want. I feel like freedom streakers, Robbie's freedom streakers, is what we want to make sure that we're getting people kind of walking, knowing to walk during the day, during meetings, but keeping walking as a, not just Robbie's goal, but everybody's goal that they can kind of get out for at least 30 minutes. I think we're fighting against a little bit of a tough thing right now, only because we got a lot of streams happening in the community too. But what I was excited about, I was like, yeah, go ahead and stream, and then we can also have our talk, which is definitely good.
Yeah.
But we're updated with everything that we definitely need for steps right now, which is definitely great. But if you have something that you want to make sure that we're nailing home today, I want you to do that. But I will also make sure that I go back a little bit, Robbie. I want to go back to a little bit of your philosophy here. We talk about it more so every once in a while, but the leading with love. And there's another part of this which I thought was definitely important. It's after Thanksgiving, it's going into a holiday season, even deeper. But leading with love is one thing. But there's one thing that you always say, Robbie, and it's what not to lead with. What is
Stay
that?
away from
Remember?
fear.
Yes, exactly. So Robbie always says, lead with love, not fear. Don't lead with fear. And I think that you think the world is doing that a lot of the times. Do you think this time of year is where people are leading with less fear and more love, or no? Is there more fear? What's your thought around that?
I mean, I think the holidays, for the most part, and I don't claim to be in any in everybody's head, but for the most part, the holidays, you see a lot of people that find the time for gratitude. It's like Mother's Day or any of these what I'll call Hallmark holidays. I mean, you can choose to do it on that day, or you could be that kind of person all the time. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess the only downside is that people don't notice a variation in who you are. But anyways, I don't know if that's really a downside. You just be that way all the time. That's kind of my method, and trying to get back to what your original question was, and
You're good.
what I was going to answer you with of what is something that I'd want you to talk about is allowing the holidays to still be a time for you to get out and do what I'm doing. Like, I'm choosing to walk and talk to you, and instead of saying, no, it's the day after Thanksgiving, I'm just going to sit around here and watch sports on TV. Um, so back to the gratitude part. Why don't you prompt me back to where I was so rude to take you off the course?
No, 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 Robbie. I know you say this all the time, and I want you to keep saying it because I think it makes it interesting. But you're right on topic, which is definitely good because I think this is where I wanted to go with it. Not that I had so much of an agenda, but I want to pull it here. Is that I think that walking itself, right? The steps, and I mean, I think why I love this so much is because most of the time we talk about like, hey, just move your body, get walking, and it's a statement. Go move your body, go get your steps in. But I think the purpose you're walking and what you've done and the experiences is more important. So we're right on topic, which is definitely good. Again, what I had asked Ravi was when you're leading with love, right? It is
Yep.
something that you are doing so that you don't lead with fear. And so looking at this time of year, which is, I think, there's a lot of craziness. Money is on our mind, all these things.
Yep.
Why I think it's important is because I wanted to talk about how the walking fosters, I think, this mindset. Let me ask you first, when you are walking, what is the mindset that it's putting you in? What are the thoughts that it's fostering? What have you come up with? What have you learned? What have you felt? Like, what is the overwhelming feeling when you're getting these walks and steps in?
Brian, if I tell you what I'm really able to do and think and feel, you're going to be like, this guy is crazy. He's insane. But I mean, I can take myself through forms of therapy. Like, I will listen to music, and I have an association with that music and the ability to literally, I'll be listening to music and I'll be shedding tears. And it's not like I'm crying because I'm, super sad, but I'm letting sadness out of my body and I'm choosing to do that. So if I want to make sure that I've sort of cleansed myself, I'll go back to the beginning of that song and see if I still feel the same level of emotions. And if I do, I'll listen to it again and I'll continue to get it out. And if I feel better, I'll go to the next song and keep going. But it's the ability to defrag the hard drive. It's the one I keep talking about. It's the ability to go into, let's take it back to daily dads and
Okay.
being a dad, and take it
Hmm.
to having your kids and walking into the playroom, and it can be awesomely beautiful and you guys can have a great time, and they go to bed and it's freaking chaos. I won't use the F word. I know Gary does allow me to do that, but I'm going to say freaking. But
Sure.
it's chaos, and you go and you start cleaning it up and you get it all organized and it looks great, and then it happens again the next day. I
Yeah.
feel like my brain is the same way, and I
Yeah.
need this time to do that. Clean the playroom.
Um, Robbie, you
Yes.
are, first of all, I want you to keep saying all those things that you think are so strange. And maybe I can let you know that I'm already connecting with you on this because I think it's an excellent takeaway. Because what I wanted to say, and from what you've told me, and where my thoughts come in now, are that I believe the walking itself, right? Not just getting steps in there, right? It's not just putting miles behind you. But I think that you've shared, and it's important for people to realize that the walking itself is giving you, because it has given you this space from what you said, it's giving you this space to think about how you are showing up for other people in your life, right? And that is something I think that a lot of people don't have because maybe they're bombarded with so many things around them. So the walking, the steps, all those things, that has been something that it has helped you with. Am I wrong?
No, right on target. I would say there's a couple of things. I would say it gives you the ability to go do all of what you just said and be alone. And you can, if blessed, go with somebody that you need to connect with and have
Oh, yeah.
the opportunity to make it a supercharged conversation, because you're out and about, you're doing things, your legs are moving, and your brain is, I think I always say this, that it takes us so your brain is in normal speed instead of just trying to get, as you said, craziness all the time. And I've had some of my best conversations mobile with another human like this.
It's, we talked about this offline. We talked about, where we definitely want to take some of these things. And I think where my heart gets excited is where you are starting to, what you just said too, which is like, it's not that I'm forgetting about this, but it's the idea that you're saying that the walking is giving you the opportunity to connect with the person that you're walking with. And I think that it's something that we don't get a lot of. And I would say even now, like even outside or inside walking, that people aren't really able to connect as well or as much. And so I think the future of what we would love to see is that while you walk, that you can connect someone live coming on here about something in their life. And so we definitely want these other walkers to really come on here right now so that you're able to share some sort of feedback. Robbie, what would you hope? What would you hope that someone is coming on talking with you about? They're going to bring you some sort of question, some sort of challenge, some sort of overarching feeling that they might not be able to understand. If someone's coming on to speak with you while you're walking, where do you feel most confident? What do you feel most confident talking to somebody about? What would you hope that they would come with so that you can help them?
Well, I think what I believe is that more people would do this if they realize that, it's an accumulative sport.
Mm,
So, it doesn't have to be, I've had so many people like, oh man, how do you do 12 miles in a day? Well, it's 3 miles, and it's 2 miles, and it's 6 miles, and then holy shit, I'm at 14 miles. I didn't plan on that, but that's where I'm at. It just
100%.
it adds up, right? And it's back to the push-ups a day. You don't have to do them all at the same time. It's how we eat, and you're us doing this challenge on the food. Is my reception okay here?
All good.
Okay, I'm gonna stand here for just a minute, just because I know it's been bad when I go up this hill. So yeah, it's I would just say it's an accumulation sport, and I think that most people would come to this with some reason for why it doesn't work for them. I think that's what most people do is they look at how to, and I say this from just me realizing I used to be this way, and it's always comparative in this is why it won't work for me. And I would love to have those kind of conversations of here's how you do it. And I think Dom did it during the walking challenge. You can get
Oh, good
200
example. Good example. Yeah.
yeah, you can get 250 extra steps in just parking at the edge of the parking lot when you go to the grocery store. Like you've introduced the fact that you have to get in the car, and that's taken away from the whole thing because I usually will even walk to the grocery store. I'm that
Hmm.
kind of crazy, but it gives you the opportunity every little bit. So long-winded way of saying I believe most people would come to this conversation with either looking for an inspiration or here's why it won't work for me. And I would love to give them not only the inspiration, but just the mathematical logic of here's how you can look at the accumulation and where you're going to get. And I would do this with my sister, where it's like, hey, if you get another 1,000 steps a day, that's 365,000 extra steps a year.
Hmm.
It's a shitload. It's a word you can use in these examples, but it's a shitload. So just do a little bit more every day, and you're going to get better. That's, I guess, the message I'm going for.
And it's a great message. And this is this is why I'm connecting with this, because the idea that people need to, I think, be in a program or push themselves to the edge of their abilities. I think that this is the thing that maybe, if I can say society, I think when people start to blame just society as a whole, I'm like, ugh, all right, what a weak argument. But I think that it's the idea that I think a lot of people, whether they're on social media or they're looking at the news more often, that they're going to get these ideas that, oh, you have to be doing more and more and more, and that walking itself is not really going to be enough. I loved your example of Dom, I really feel like made a huge change. And if no
Yep.
one knows, just within our Daily Dads private group, we usually have some sort of challenge. We just ended a food challenge recently. Robbie killed it. But the idea here is that we want, dads, I think in particular, but really parents, anybody. We want everyone to kind of feel that there is a way for them to keep moving forward, to be healthier, to have a better mindset, to have a better connection with people around them. And
Yep.
Robbie did that. I think Robbie, you pushed a lot of people to realize how easy the walking is. But I love this is I keep picturing Robbie, someone someone hearing you and being like, oh, the walking's not going to do anything. I can't walk far enough, right? It's
Yep.
the I don't have any inspiration to do it, right? I want you to help someone prove themselves wrong. Hey, Robbie, I know that I have to get more active. I heard you told me that I can definitely do this, but I don't think I can. Why can I? Right? I think those are the kind of things that you are able to show someone and help somebody with. That's just what I'm thinking. I'm like brainstorming in the moment. So I hope that you're okay with my thoughts not being complete.
I would like to believe that I'm doing the same thing. You're letting me kind of think and speak at the same time, which is usually very dangerous for me. I need this. I need it to be the second thought. But I think so. I think the way that I would look at it, removing ego always is my disclaimer. I would bring the lead with love side of it. Like I don't want to shame you into, hey, do this or it's bad for you or whatever, your kids. I would talk about the positive sides of my grandkids being at the end of the, one lap. I
Mm,
wanted to call it lap two, and then we called it second lap. And so that just my brain, why I'm flubbering here. But my
Robbie, it's your
grandkids,
life. If you want to change the title of anything, you're more than welcome to.
no, I'm just telling you why my brain is sometimes doing three things at once. And the walking is really good because it helps me to try and bring it down to just one. Um, they got to see me. They were there. They were on my shoulders. I've got pictures of me and celebrating. And a couple of them still wear the T-shirts that's got my face on it and says the circumference of the earth. And it lets them know it's important. And most of my grandkids and kids are active. Some have become instructors and are teaching fitness classes, and in their 30s, and it's exciting. And I love seeing others that are doing weightlifting and other things. And I don't claim they're doing it for me or because of me, but I'd like to believe that. I don't know if I'm the sugar on the cake. I mean, I helped be just an example, and that it was not an example that it's better to sit on the couch. So, you know, I would like to think that I could bring to the conversation a way to describe and to help that person in a way that would come across positive rather than making them feel worse about themselves.
I'm going to help you out a step further, Robbie. This is what my thought is. My thought is that you've done such amazing things, and I know that you don't want to think that people became something or did something because of you, but I think it is wrapped up in the idea here that walking is definitely more than a movement, right? It really is a movement with movement, right? That's kind of what it is here. But I think
Yeah.
overall, it's about creating, I think, a better mindset and leading with love, using walking to create a better mindset and leading with love. If anyone feels like that they're at the end of their rope, they've tried everything, right? This is a next step, no pun intended. I think for people to really end up taking. So I want that to be a takeaway for a lot of people, because I think that people definitely need it. I didn't think we were going to brainstorm so much, but that's definitely cool. That I want to come. It is Black Friday. There
Yep.
are things that people can buy today if they can. I would want to caution people: think about debt. Think about how much money you have
Please
right
think
now.
about your future today. It does not matter. Don't walk over a
Uh,
human for a TV. Be the
my
best you can
goodness.
be.
Oh, totally. You know what it is? I recently posted something about my thoughts around money and investing in debt, about the decisions that you make money today is only showing how much respect you have for the future you. But the reason I'm saying this is because I always love hearing from you about the gear, what's getting you, into your second lap here, your shoes, right? Sunglasses we've talked about before, right?
Yep.
Your Brooks Glycerin 21s, right? A shout out to Fleet Feet, right? Going over there. I want to get into, because I think this is something that I really believe, is that sometimes people just need a little excitement. I think gear can do that, right? So a new watch, it could be a new phone app. Robbie, give us a quick thought around something that someone can kind of purchase that's worked for you, or even ask someone for, that can help get them into walking.
I mean, there's a bunch of different things. I would start off with a small little list. I'll do the David Letterman list. I'll show my age. Somebody will Google David Letterman. Who the hell is that? Um,
Really? Wait,
you know,
hold on. Is that
so-
is that is that where we are, where people don't know David Letterman? My gosh, I
well,
didn't
isn't he
realize
the
that we're
guy
in
with
that.
the big beard that talks to weird people on TV now? I mean, I don't know. For me, he was the counter to Johnny Carson, which somebody definitely will have to go Google who the hell that is. Um, the top 10 list. Sorry, making sure that I stay on task because I know we're limited. Um, I think asking for a tracker, you can't change what you don't measure. Or I don't know. There's a couple of buddies of mine in sales that do these things, and they have these slogans. And there's one about the don't measure, you can't adjust. So I would say a Fitbit
Okay,
or a Garmin or some of these things just that measure tracking so that you can start to day over day at least get to a point where your body and your mind knows without even having to look at the tracker whether you've done what you think is plausible movement for the day.
sure. Yeah.
I'm getting a new phone. I'm super excited. So
Okay.
these videos could be better, but I usually go three ish to sometimes four iPhones between getting a new one, and
Yeah.
I'm getting a new one because I ran out of space.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I would do that, and then I would say if you hadn't prompted me with that at all, I would have told you that for this Black Friday, I doubled down on some supplements that I wanted to try that
Oh,
were extra off. I've been doing that RHO, I think it is, that does some things where they make it so your body will absorb the stuff better. And I started with the curcumin, I think it is.
Yeah.
It's orange and it stains everything orange. So just know if you get it on your clothes, you're screwed. But
Yeah.
my bride has Charlie horses cramping in the evenings and night, and it's a family thing. And by taking this, she hasn't had that at all. So
Huh.
it's been kind of a really cool thing. So I went and I got some of their other products, which were like 35% off, and
Okay.
I'm gonna just see what it does. I keep trying to just after listening to this book, I want to live to be. I don't know if I want to be 180 like he does, but I do want to definitely be surfing at 80 and
Mention the book. Mention the book. Another thing we can get.
superhuman.
Yeah.
Dave Asprey. I think I'm saying his name right. I'll tag him later. But yeah, he's his book, and I was trying to explain it to another guy that my chiropractor this morning why I'm trying this new peptide, and it's actually a peptide, and it's one that he talked about in the book. And as we got talking about it, I guess I'll say this out loud. So the peptides and things that I've been looking at, almost everything that you could buy that's in a pill is going to be destroyed by your stomach as you swallow it. And most of the things that Dave talks about is getting it done kind of in a more of an IV or a shot kind of thing.
Okay.
But no medical advice. I think NMA. But I'm taking one that's supposed to help heal my esophageal kind of thing, which means it's okay to swallow.
Okay.
BPC 157.
Okay. Got
You can go
it.
check it out later. And
Yeah.
I'm on day 4 of it, and I got it because of Black Friday special. So just a shout out. I tried it, and we'll see where it goes. I'll tell you on show 14 where I'm feeling.
Well, it's wherever someone sits with taking supplements, or where the efficacy of certain things. I think overall, I think that the idea that they can definitely help someone get excited to be walking, right? So I would love
Yeah.
that to be something that people are definitely thinking about. I was just taking notes on this, so when I'm looking away or look at all over the place, don't mind that. But you also mentioned something about your chiropractor, which is definitely something like maybe someone doesn't have health insurance, maybe a gift card to go see a chiropractor or something to kind of help them. So we have a tracker, right? Fitbit or Garmin.
Yep.
We have a new phone, possibly big purchase, but we can do it. Supplements of some kind. I would definitely recommend people kind of checking out what's going to work for them. Speak with some sort of clinician, make sure that it's definitely safe. Number one.
Yes.
The book that Robbie really enjoys, which is Superhuman by Dave Asprey. And then thinking about some sort of, I don't know, chiropractor, or, I was also thinking about even just some sort of massage, if that was going to be the case too, but more, I think, specific to walking to make sure that someone's going to feel good. I'm sure outside of that too, socks, underwear, shoes, all those kind of things as well. Is there anything else you're thinking about kind of on top of that we can definitely think that can get someone excited?
You put that at the very end, and I'm like, hey, I found out that my socks that we've been buying have this lifetime guarantee, and we sent like 8 pairs off, and they're sending us 8 new pairs of socks. So it's,
Wow.
yeah. So, but that's not when you gave that last little disclaimer. I think it's
Wait, what is the brand of socks?
features, Feetures. Also from
Because it has
Feet.
they have a lifetime warranty?
Lifetime guarantee, lifetime warranty. I'm sitting there, and as I told you, I measure, like I have this new pair of underwear I really, really like. And it's been 4 months, and they've got these giant holes in them. I mean, if anybody found me in a car accident, they'd be like, this guy could have bought a pair of underwear. Like he could have bought another pair of underwear. So I was making this comment, and I'm buying some shoes, and I think I told you because of the loyalty program, I got a coupon, and I went in and I a lot of times if I have a coupon, I'll buy 2 pairs of shoes at once because it just saves the fact that I'm going to get another pair and gas and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And I got a coupon that was like 25% off your total purchase. Shit, so I started buying shoes.
That's awesome. That's good. Wait, hold on. I just need to check my notes. I have to find this really, really quickly, because I love how you want to talk about someone who's measured. We did this live. Robbie, you mentioned that your pair of underwear that you end up having, which you love, which you did not give me the brand yet, but it lasts 6 months, and that usually that the underwear that you have is going to last 6 months before you walk out of them, right? You
Yeah.
get the holes and
Yep.
whatever, and then we broke that down to every 2,184 miles before they end up wearing out. So it is like, if you want to talk about getting measured, that's good. Wait, what is the brand of this favorite underwear you have?
The favorite ones that I like are Sax, SAXX. And I couldn't tell you the name of the ones that I really, really like that are shredding like their paper. But the point was just make sure I bring us full circle. As I was buying this, and so I bought. My wife was with me, and we bought a bunch of pairs of socks and put them up on the counter. And the lady behind the counter said, there's a lifetime guarantee." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Well, you go here and you click on the thing, and there's a little deal, and you fill it out, and go back and forth." And my bride is really, really good about. She did loans, home loans, so she's really
Oh
good about
yeah,
this, the numbers and the squares, right? And so she went through and she did all these things. And the point was, the lady said it's lifetime guarantee. And I've probably thrown 12 pairs away because I've run holes through them. And this was like, okay, I said 8 in and we get 8 pairs back. So it was really exciting. And it was like it was Christmas, no pun intended, in November. So
yeah.
that was exciting. I'm trying to
Look,
remember what your
we're
your
not
exact
leaving
question.
anybody out there, because if somebody needs it, like, this is what we need. Like, I actually think this is pretty amazing to know. I mean, who doesn't want to be able to buy something and then know that they can get it backed up with? Good. No, keep bringing those things.
I
For
was
more,
raised in the Pacific Northwest. It's called the Nordstrom's return, right? Nordstrom's will let you respond or return anything, no matter what. It's like one of their things, and this is like as close to as I've ever found to that. So shout out
yeah.
Nordstrom's.
There was 4 things that I was thinking about. You just give me the thumbs up on it.
Yep.
I was thinking things like, and this is maybe for people that are having any of those longer, those deeper miles and stuff like that. But hydration packs, water bottles, right? That could definitely be something that people can kind of think about. I'm sure you brought a water bottle with you, and I've seen you walk with one before. I was also thinking about, we talked about the shoes, but if anything, shoes, but specifically maybe even just a gift card to somewhere like Fleet Feet. I want you to keep talking about Fleet Feet, because I know that
Fleet
you love
feet.
them. They're
I love
definitely
them.
good. So at Brooks Glycerin, I know you mentioned 2 more. One that you've talked about is the Ray-Ban polarized glasses. Making sure that we are protecting your eyes that way. Some of us love sunglasses, some of us might not, but we want to
Yep.
know, where to get them. The last one was this, and I think that we can kind of build this out. And you've mentioned a few too, but a subscription to, Audible for audiobooks, purchasing things just like there's usually like some sort of community or some sort of sooner release of certain podcasts for maybe someone you're following, whether it's going to be maybe a Dave Asprey kind of thing, or whoever it's going to be here. But some sort of subscription to those can definitely be helpful for someone. So wanted to make sure that we're just letting everyone know. We don't want to leave people out there. If you're going to start walking, let's help you out. Let's head to toe. We got to take care of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and set yourself up for non-failure. I think it's perfect. I wasn't even thinking about it. The Audible stuff is great. They've now made it where you can buy bigger packs. It used to be really rigid, so they've made that better. And reward yourself with something that takes the commercials away. So go for Spotify or get something like that. I would give 5 stars for Apple Music. I have a family plan, so all my kids and everybody can listen to whatever they want anytime they want. So yeah, give yourself some sort of a carrot out there that when you're doing it, you're not going to be bored. You're going to allow your brain either to hear music or without earplugs, talk to the neighbor next to you or listen to a book.
Done. Robbie, it's always amazing talking to you. I was furiously just making sure I can take notes, because I really want to keep building on everything that you end up giving us, because there's an amazing thing that we want to make sure people are kind of getting from this. It's more than walking, right? This is a movement with movement. And we're getting there. All right.
I like
Eh,
that. And
Try.
you're gonna keep I said I like that. You're gonna keep
Yeah.
finding second lap or lap two. We'll talk offline and figure out if it might make sense. But I see. Hey, how you doing? Sorry, I can
MP's
see the
here.
chat. I can see the chat.
Yeah.
Um uh sorry, I lost it. You could tell me where I was at, but that's how fast I can lose something.
We were basically saying goodbye, so it's an easy
Oh,
one.
goodbye, buddy. I appreciate you. Very grateful. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. This was fun, and as far as Thanksgiving, I'm very, very, very grateful that made your acquaintance and that we're doing this.
Yeah, of course, dude. Well, everyone, we'll talk with you next time every Wednesday, 11:30 Central, 12:30 Eastern. We will be here. We would love for you to, just a reminder, a goal here is to make sure that we are building your confidence in walking and finding how beneficial it can definitely be. We would love to. MP, anyone, come into the chat. We would love to have anyone live, or even just kind of drop in any type of challenge that we can definitely talk about around any type of like health or mindset, business, love. We just want people walking and leading with love. So please check on back. We'll see you then. Okay.
Awesome. Appreciate
Take
it.
care,
Take
guys.
care.
Bye.